as he was part of it, basically part of this man's life for 20 years.
Well, Michelle, look, I mean, I don't think it's fair to suggest that somehow Obama was endorsing some of the worst of this guy's comments. But with that said, from a political standpoint, they knew he was a political liability a long time ago, and they kept him on the committee.
Yeah, I think that this undoubtedly goes into the category of political blunder on the part of his campaign staff. It's got to be very difficult for him, for Senator Obama, and for his campaign people to figure out how to, now use the terms that have become in vogue, repudiate him and renounce the man who's had so much to do with his upbringing. It has happened at a time when most of the country is really unfamiliar with the origins of the black church and how the black church works. I can tell you that most of the people that sit in those pews every Sunday at Trinity. Yeah, I think this really goes into the category of cheap shot. It's pretty silly, to tell you the truth. Senator Clinton, number one, has not released any of her earmarks. She hasn't released her tax returns, and it really leads voters to wonder what she is hiding from the American public and why she's saying she will not release her tax returns.
A total minor issue about this tax return business, but the facts matter. And the problem is, a lot of the time, I think, in these campaigns, what you see is people just throw things out there and not expecting to be called on it. And the facts have to matter.
Well, the facts absolutely do matter, and what we have seen throughout this campaign is that Senator Obama is, running a campaign as an agent of change. And although this is a very, very minor matter, he doesn't want to he doesn't want to have to see this happen repeatedly, because it starts putting him in the camp where he doesn't necessarily look like the agent of change, but looks like a politician like Senator Clinton herself. He's got to be careful of.
No, that it's not true. I mean, Mike Dukakis won Texas, California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, and New Jersey. Won all those primaries. Didn't win any of those in the general. It just doesn't historically bear out.
Yeah, and the point, Michelle, also is the idea that, again, that suddenly people are going to shift to McCain in Ohio because Obama's the candidate instead of her. I don't know where she's getting that from.
Well, let me talk about the biggest fairy tale anyone's ever heard. What about the rest of the country? I think people in Iowa, New Hampshire, Wyoming, and a lot of the other quote-unquote smaller states across the country are hoping that whomever the Democratic nominee is going to feel like their vote is important. And I got to